This is the Lancer Locker Show on KYNT. Now, let's talk some Mount Marty University athletics with the coaches, as well as your host and the voice of Mount Marty University athletics, Tell Tanner.
Man, what a week in Yankton we just had. My name is Tell Tanner. This is the Lancer Locker on KYNT, 102.1 FM, AM 1450. It was a wild, historic week for the Lancers, especially that football program, who just probably had the biggest win in program history. We're going to be talking about that coming up. We're also talking a lot of soccer today. I had the head coach of the team, Cynthia Chavez, in just a little bit ago. She brought a player in to talk with me. I had the head coach of the men's soccer team, Oliver Thielemann, in. He brought a player in to talk with me. Both of those interviews coming up in a couple of minutes. I spoke with both of them earlier today, all four of them people. And then we spoke with John Michaletti, the head coach of the football team, post-game after the win over Midland University. That was another big one. And we're going to talk all of that. 5 different guests on the Lancer Locker here, 5 different interviews that have been had over the last couple of days. Without really further ado, we got to get into it because that's a lot of stuff. And I can already tell you, I'm going to go way over my time today. It's happening. We're going to spend a lot of time here. So let's go ahead and get straight to it with our week in review. We'll save football for last because we're going to start off with that here in the show, that first interview, John Micheletti's post-game comments about it. So we'll start with volleyball. First off, the volleyball team, 10-16 on the season right at the moment, 3-9 in conference. Had a good couple of wins over the last couple of weeks. A little bit of a slump over the last 2 games, however. They beat Briarcliff 3-2 on last Saturday night. This Wednesday, they had a close 5-set loss to Hastings College in Yankton, and then went to Dakota Wesleyan on Saturday, fell 0-3. They will be back in the Simple Arena tomorrow night versus Dakota State University. That is Pink Out night versus Dakota State. Make sure you're there for that one. They've got some special stuff planned for that one as well, I can tell you. Next week, they're going to be playing Concordia on Wednesday as well, 7:30 p.m. We'll be covering that one here on KYNT, KYNT-V, Lancer Volleyball in the future. Go to cross country. The cross country team's having the Mount Marty invite this upcoming Saturday. It's this upcoming Saturday, 10:30 a.m. It will be happening. That is this Saturday, Mount Marty invite for men's and women's cross-country programs. Go to the soccer programs. Now, started off with the women's soccer team. They are 1-11 on the season overall coming into this week, 0-9 in conference. Looking for that first win. They're going to be taking on Morningside University this Saturday evening. Men's and women's soccer both. The men's soccer team on the season 1-8-4 overall, 0-6-2 in conference. Both of them looking for that first conference win, and they're both going to be trying for it this Saturday night, and it is the final home game of the season. If you haven't seen a Lancer soccer game yet this year, this is the time. This is the final home game of the season for both teams. It is senior night. They're going to be honoring those seniors coming out to Crane Youngworth Field. If you're at the football game, just stick around. It's going to be starting right after the football game. They go with the men's soccer team first. The women's game will be the nightcap that night. Let's go to football now. The Mount Marty football team, once again, we just alluded to it, that historic win over Midland University, 28-21 final on the road. Just quality play in that fourth quarter. For the Lancers, it was a tough start. It was a tough start to the ball game. They went down early 21-0 in the second quarter. Lancers with 30 seconds left before halftime threw up a prayer. Jonah Miyazawa in the right corner of the end zone, 32-yard touchdown pass from Ken Gay. They were able to make it a 2-score game at halftime, really kept them in the game at that point. And then that second half, everything changed. Defense stepped up for the Lancers. They shut out Midland in the second half. 21 points they had in the second quarter, and they ended with that in the ball game. Lancers in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes and 3 seconds left started pouring on the scoring. Rex Reichen caught a 2-yard touchdown pass from Ken Gay to make it a 1-score game, 21-14. And then we got down under 2 minutes. Lancers drove. They got within 25 yards, and it was Trey Hansen stepping up for the injured Trevor Fitzgerald. He's able to get in the end zone with a 25-yard touchdown pass from Ken Gay. It was a toe tapper in the back of the end zone. Lancers went on a 9-play, 48-yard drive over 3 minutes and 35 seconds to tie up the ball game at 21. And then Rex Reichen, 23 seconds left. Lancers get the ball back with, I think, 33 seconds on the clock. Tie ball game. Trying not to go into overtime. They're trying to win it, trying to drive down the field. What's better than a one-play, 61 6-yard drive. Ken Gay to Rex Ryken, as we've seen for the last 2 years now. Here's the call from Steve Toom.
Rollout. Gay stops, loads up, throws the ball downfield to Ryken. Caught it! He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown Mount Marty! Rex Ryken scores it! Oh my goodness gracious! The Lancers are on top!
And they never surrendered that. It was 21 or 23 seconds was all that's left in the ball game. Midland tried a Hail Mary that was actually caught for the touchdown, but offensive pass interference was called. Guy pushed off. Pretty much ended the ball game at that one. Time expired. Midland had another play that didn't go anywhere. Guy was hit as he threw on the second Hail Mary attempt. Lancers win on the road. What a ball game. Let's go ahead and have some post-game comments now from John Michaletti himself, the head coach of the program. He came up and talked with Steve Toom and I directly post-game. Here is that conversation.
This game I talked about a roller coaster. This had a little bit of everything in it, but congratulations. This is, I would say, probably the biggest win in program history.
I can agree with that. That was a good one. Obviously, the weather, adversity, few turnovers, things like that, and, some big plays on special teams. Guys stuck together, never really gave up. Guys be able to fight all the way through the end. Very proud of them.
And you talk about guys sticking together, poise. I think that's a word because Ken Gay, it wasn't just him, it was the whole team. But you had a few things where things weren't going right. But that we want to talk first about that touchdown right before halftime to Jonah Miyazawa. Talk about how the attitude was of the team on the sideline after that big play.
Yeah, it's a little bit of positivity that lets them know, hey, we can keep going. Even though we were still down 2 scores there, but being able to give a little bit of a bright side, hey, going to halftime, be able to talk about it and be able to come back out and continue the success.
Now, you had a misfire near the goal line. Couldn't get in on that play, but you managed to come back and get that big touchdown. 1 to Ryken, 1 to Hansen to tie it up. Talk about the team and about those offensive plays. We'll get to the defense in a moment here, but what were the play calls going in on that play? Let's talk about first the touchdown to Ryken.
Yeah, that one to Ryken, that play, obviously we can run that same play out of many different sets, so somebody else running that double move each time. It was open all day. It was just, struggle of being able to get it on there, whether it was because the ball was wet or whatever it was. But we missed it a few times there, and, it just big-time players make big-time plays in those situations, so trust nobody more than Rex, to go make that play. And Ken put the ball right on the money there between 2 guys, and very, very good catch to be able to finish the run there, too.
And what about that play to Trey Hansen?
Yeah.
Again, that was a big play. And again, there was good defense on the play, but that pass was just perfectly thrown.
Yeah, Trey, he missed the one there. What was that, 2 or 3 plays before in the end zone? Great ball, great catch. This guy just made a good play to be able to punch it out through his hands. But Trey obviously stepped up. Once Trevor went down there with what looks to be a little bit of an ankle injury, and he stepped up. That's what he does. He's a guy that's going to be ready when his number's called and make those plays. So very, very proud of Trey. Got a lot of love for him.
Let's talk about the defense in that second half. They were just solid throughout and really forced Midland into long down and distance situations.
Yeah, obviously a couple of those at the beginning in the first half was short field, things like that resulted in them scoring. So we knew if we could take advantage of special teams and not make, let them flip the field or gain those hidden yards, that would be all right because, got to be able to trust those defense. Those guys played very well together.
Coach, it looked like from up in this booth that one of the biggest factors in this ball game was the wind. It just helped control field position, and in the final quarter, you were able to have the wind at your back. How big of a factor was that?
That was huge. I actually even asked the refs. I was like, when they deferred it, going in the second half, I was like, are they going to receive the ball? And he's like, why wouldn't they? I was like, the wind. I was like, I've done that.
I've seen teams do that before where they the coin toss, we want the wind.
Yeah, down in playing a lot of years in Kansas, very windy down there. So we've done that a few times in the past, so the teams have been a part of. But no, we wanted to give them the win in the third and hoping to have the wind in our back in the fourth, and it all just ended up working out for us. So, like I said, very proud of our guys. A lot of adversity they overcame. Got a lot of love. That's full benefit right there. So I'm very proud.
Coach, coming off of last week, had a disappointing game up at Jamestown, but how sweet is it here to get this win, especially coming off of a performance where the team didn't play well. It seems like, especially in that fourth quarter, the team was really firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, the sideline was great. You had everybody, whether they were in for or off the field there because the other unit was out there or a guy that never touched the field, constantly, preach positivity in there, keeping the guys up, moving on to the next play, all that stuff. So it's a big win for the program. Don't want to take anything away from the guys. Those guys are awesome. Love them.
You had several key reserves in there. Jaden Harach was into the game. Nick Heath was into the game. Trey Hansen is the game. How, from a team morale standpoint, how big is a boost of that to know, hey, some of our guys went down with injuries, but we got guys stepping up that can make plays? What does that mean for the team overall?
That puts a lot of confidence into the team, letting them know that, whether it's the guys that can trust the guy, like, hey, we can still move the ball or stop the ball if we're on defense, and then the guys that can really execute those plays in those situations. Nick Heath had some great blocks, and then a couple of those where he snuck out in the flat and they dumped it down to him. And that was a guy that played linebacker for us last year,
Yep.
So very, very proud of those guys. Those guys that, keep stepping up in those situations. And like I said, it's going to preach confidence into our team.
I got to ask you, though, on the last play, there was pass interference, and I thought the game was over here, and then they got another play, and I was a little bit confused. What were the referees explaining to you?
Hey, he said, talk to me after the game. And I was like, did I say something wrong? I took it as like a threat at first. He's like, no. He's like, seriously, talk to me afy the game. I'm like, well, if that's the rule, the game could never end. If they just keep making, I'm like, so I just wanted to know why they called that, because every game I've seen, the game's over.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. We'll get an explanation. I'm just glad we get out of here.
Yeah, because, it did take a touchdown off the board for them, and I know your guys are probably thinking, knock it down, but there was offensive pass interference, and that was thrown, I think, by the official on the far side of the field there. That's why I didn't see the flag right away.
Right.
So I don't know what you saw on that particular play as the ball was coming down.
Yeah, I did see the pass interference, but usually in that situation, nobody throws a flag. So that's what I was kind of worried about. And then the same thing, I just happened to look over, and I remember talking to Tyler. I was like, did you hold them or something? And he's like, no, I didn't touch anybody.
Well, Nick Breon was the guy mentioning it. I think he had to look at the play because I saw his body language on the field, and he was the one initially pointing that way.
Yeah, because it was number one, Josh Pickthorne went up, and then you just see him face plant, So it was a pretty easy call to get. But once again, in those situations, just like the end of basketball games, there's not really fouls or penalties. Kind of let it play out. But when it's that blatant, I'm glad that they did get it right there.
As we talk about your defense in the last couple of minutes, let's talk about the entire second half. They shut out the Midland Warriors on their home field when you're down at 21-7 in that second half. What did you change at halftime, or what did you tell them at halftime that got into them?
It just we're going to keep it simple. Something that they don't have to think. They can just go out there and play, because we trust them making those plays when they're up against that situation. So, and that's what really did. Coach Grace had an outstanding game calling that, and very thankful for the assistants, man. They coached very hard today, and it showed.
You had a couple of guys that were making some really good plays. Marcus Janofin, you had Gabe Baptiste out there with the club, and he was making some good plays. Who was really working on the defense for you?
Yeah, it's a team effort there. We had everybody from Klein in the middle there after sitting out a game there with a lower body injury, him coming back and putting some pressure on there and stuffing those runs. Isaac Crownover, a guy on special teams that got 2 fumble recoveries there on that. Big-time freshman stepping up there. But then, like you said, Gabe stepped up there and, was able to start to get comfortable again, running around, doing that stuff after taking those weeks off there with his hand. Everybody, nobody played bad. We're very proud of the defense. Those guys played together as one, which is the biggest thing.
Well, Coach, thanks for your time here. We'll let you go celebrate with the team, and we'll talk to you next week as get ready for Hastings.
Back at home.
Back at home. Finally back at home.
Yes. A little bit warmer, too, I think. So.
I know.
Well, now that you said that, it's not going to be.
It's October in South Dakota and Nebraska and Iowa. It is going to be cool. But, Coach, congratulations on the victory.
Appreciate it, guys.
John Michaletti, the head man for the Mount Marty Lancers, his team comes storming back and wins 28-21.
Big shout out to John Michaletti for coming up and talking with us post-game, as he always does, and that was a wild, wild win for the football team. This is KYNT 102.1 FM, AM 1450. Let's go ahead and take a break now. When we come back, we're going to be talking soccer for the remainder of this show. We're talking women's soccer when we come back. An interview I had with Cynthia Chavez and one of her players earlier today, and then we'll take another break, come back with the interview I had with Oliver Thielemann, the head coach of the men's soccer program, and another one of his players, as senior night is approaching for both teams. Once again, this Saturday, senior night, directly following the football game. Just stick around. Watch 3 different Lancer athletic games at Crane Youngworth Field in the span of a couple of hours. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anyways, let's go ahead and take that break now. It's KYNT. I'm Tel Tanner. Back with soccer after this.
We were founded on innovation and a passion to help our customers. This is Tiffany Tucson at Aztec in Yankton. We want our employees to thrive and succeed. Our core values are more than something we list on a wall. The team continues to grow. We have openings in a variety of departments. Sign-on bonuses, double overtime, immediate benefits like retirement, savings, meals, paid holidays, bonus earnings, tuition reimbursements, and more. Build your career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Stop by 700 West 21st Street or apply at aztecjobs.com.
Moving is hard work. This is Deb Speck from Vision Real Estate, and I'd like to show you how I can make moving a little easier. From staging your home, providing moving boxes, and the use of our enclosed courtesy trailer, to the behind-the-scenes marketing, attention to detail, you can rest easy knowing you have an experienced professional working for you. Call me, Deb Speck, at 605-664-5555.
James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today, because Runza makes it all better.
Runza, now in Yankton at 3206 Broadway Avenue.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more. All at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
Well, we return to the Lancer Locker. My name is Tel Tanner here, sitting on a Monday, and we've got a packed show for y'all today. Let's go ahead and talk Mount Marty women's soccer on the season. Sitting here with the head coach and one of their players, Cynthia Chavez, the head coach, and Abigail Schmidt, a Yankton native here in town. How y'all doing today?
Doing pretty well. Trying to stay warm over here.
Trying to stay warm for sure. You've had a really, really warm season up to this point, except for the last week or so. How's that been, the shift in the weather? Obviously, you got the field house, so you can practice inside when you need to.
It's definitely a lot different from last year. I think we had a lot more of a longer, warmer season. But yeah, I think us playing in the evenings as well kind of takes a bit of a change for the weather for us as well, and kind of getting used to. But we have had to go outside a couple of times just because we've been getting some random rain here. So adjusting and being able to use that is a lot more better and a lot more flexible for us. So it's pretty great that we have that on campus.
Coach, I wanted to talk to you about that schedule change. The women playing second, they're the kind of the nightcap game this year. That was a little different. What's that been like, that change made in the GPAC?
You know, some people like it, some people don't. But I think for us, what we've noticed, especially with those weekdays, our Wednesday games, and I think it allows our players to kind of be able to get ready more, or get more prepared for the game. They have their routine of waking up, going to classes, going to their breakfast, lunch, and then dinner, and then, being able to just process and plan the game out. And just kind of take that time to themselves before. I feel like that 5 o'clock time would be, we're rushing to get meals in, to get our classes in time, and being able to go and, get to the field in time. And so I think those evening classes, the evening time, kind of gets us more prepared for the game better.
Coach, before we talk about the rest of the season, I want to speak with Abigail Schmidt, who's in the room with you right now. This is a sophomore out of Yankton High School. Abigail, I want to ask you why you chose Mount Marty in the first place. Why'd you choose to stay home?
Well, I chose it because, first of all, they had a good rat tech program, and then also the soccer team, Cynthia, reached out and talked about how she wanted to build the program, and I just was really willing to be a part of that to help build up the women's soccer program.
Over the next couple of years, you got a few more years of eligibility left. What is some of your goals, some of your personal and team goals through your soccer career?
I would like to score in a game because I haven't scored yet. And then I just would like to get some GPAC wins before, just get more of a winning record towards our team, I guess.
Abigail, as you talk about you off the soccer pitch, what are you doing? When you're not playing soccer, where are you? What are you doing?
Well, I work at Scooters, so I'm there, or I'm in my room doing homework, or I'm with the team, I guess, hanging out, dinner time. We all like to eat together.
Well, what are some of the places y'all like to go to eat together?
Well, Muddy Mo's is a pretty good breakfast brunch for us, or frying pan. And, yeah.
Abigail, thank you for talking to me. Coach Chavez, go back to you now as we talk about the rest of this season. Going forward, what are some of the team goals as you finish off this season over the next couple of weeks?
One thing that, we kind of talk with the girls a lot on is, just being able to continuing to build our team chemistry kind of off the field. I think the girls have done a lot better with that. Another thing is just kind of sticking with consistency a little bit. I think it's once we have a groove going, we got to make sure that we keep that. Sometimes just a slight change in a sub or even at halftime sometimes. I think once we settle down, it's hard for us to kind of get back into the groove. So making sure that we stay consistent with that, especially if we're having a great first half and just being able to finish the whole 90 minutes of the game versus, getting one goal slipped in and then shutting down a little bit, reminding them that we're okay and being able to stick it out and just keep playing our game. But consistency is the number one thing that we've been trying to work on. I think one big goal for us is winning the ball in the air. I think we just struggle with that a little bit. But that's really it. I think with those two, consistency is probably the main one. And then just for me as a coach, being able to provide more for the team and for the girls individually as a group in any way, shape, or form on the field and off the field. So I think we've accomplished a lot from last year regarding just the scores and stuff that and the outcomes. But just the team overall has a different type of energy this season that we've been happy, Coach E and I have been happy to see and witness this season.
Well, Coach Chavez, you got one more home game left. That is this Saturday at Crane Youngworth Field versus Morningside. Can you tell me about that matchup and what Lancer fans are going to see?
Well, it is our senior game, so we're excited to honor our seniors that day. And, allowing them to be able to, have one last hurrah, I guess, at Crane Youngworth. But I think this week is just a lot of preparation and just playing our game, really, and then just, working on the tiny little things that we struggle with in the game. So a lot of details. But, every team is beatable. We always have an opportunity. We have a good team. Again, it's just making sure that we stay consistent for the full game.
Well, I appreciate you both taking the time to talk with me today. Good luck the rest of the way. I'm looking forward to senior night on Saturday.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thanks to Coach Chavez and Abby Schmidt both for coming in today. Morningside University, once again, is the opponent. 7:15 p.m. Crane at Youngworth Field, a men's women's doubleheader. It's senior night. Make sure you're there. It's going to be directly following the Mount Marty football game that is also at home that Saturday. Just spend the day at Crane Youngworth Field. Might as well. It's KYNT, KYNTV. Let's go ahead and take a break. Come back with more on the Lancer Locker.
Most of us have an idea about the type of home we want to live in, a decorative vision. Whether it's a traditional residence inspired by a specific period, or a minimalist model of function and efficiency, or a cool boho pad filled with plant life and earthy decor, you deserve to have the home you want. And at Slumberland, we want to help you achieve it. Live in the home you dream about. See us at Slumberland in Yankton, 2401 Broadway.
When you need to be sure, make it SureCo. Smart Trailer from SureCo is still the most complete line of electric accessories for your grain trailer. Smart accessories such as the 4500 Series HD electric tarp, Pro Trap, and Auto Trap electric hopper doors, and the Drive Max Auger Drive Kit from SureCo both offer convenience and peace of mind for operators. When only the best will do, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us online at SureCo.com. Make it SureCo.
I've never been Nick sick, but my little sister has. She was vaping with friends. She thought it was cool because I did it. That hit me pretty hard. Did some checking, found out that nicotine in vape is really dangerous, especially for younger kids. You get a buzz, but when the nicotine wears off, your brain, it craves more. It permanently affects learning, focus, and mood. Nicotine addiction is no joke.
If you need help quitting vape, call the South Dakota Quit line at 1-866-SD-QUITS.
Oktoberfest is a brief moment of fall beer drinking beauty. So have Samuel Adams Oktoberfest on hand as the nights get cooler and the days a little shorter. Smooth taste with the roasty sweetness and light hop character that's only available for a short time. Kick off cooler weather with food and friends and don't miss a moment with Samuel Adams Oktoberfest. Grab it while you can at your favorite place to buy beer.
Hello. Here's to welcoming moments, big and small, embracing the unexpected, savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
All right, back here on the Lancer Locker. Let's go ahead and go to our feature player interview of this Monday. Diego Sanchez, a super senior here at Mount Marty University, taking your COVID year, playing for the Mount Marty men's soccer program. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am doing amazing. It's always good when I get y'all in the booth to talk Mount Marty soccer. First off, you're from Veracruz, Mexico. You're in the grad program here at Mount Marty. I wanted to talk about coming to Mount Marty in the first place and choosing to get your master's here as well. How's it going, and why'd you want to come? Why'd you want to stay?
Well, I came here in 2020. I was a transfer from a JUCO in California. I saw the opportunity to come to this school to help the program grow. Also me as a person grow and also help the team grow. I chose to stay and do my master's here because I've been around the community and helping others, little kids also, and it's something that I've been feeling that I could be possibly passionate about it. Also, the surroundings here in the area, like my coaches and everything, helped me to just make that decision for myself.
Diego, let's talk about your program in general. You're getting your master's. What in, and what are you wanting to do with it?
My master's is in coaching and leadership. I did my bachelor's in business. It's kind of the opposite, but both things are something that I'm interested in, especially coaching. I feel like I am very passionate about this sport, and like I said, all I want to do is help kids and whoever to grow as a person and as a player too.
So you're getting pretty close to that graduation date, are you?
2025, May 2025. Yeah.
It's coming up here in a little bit. Obviously, you got a whole nother year of school, but after that, what are the plans?
Well, my plans are to stick around here in the States. My whole family is back home, but my main goal is to stay here. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick around in this area, but anything can happen.
So your family's down in Veracruz, Mexico, correct?
Yes.
How long's it been since you got to see them?
Well, my dad just came last week.
That had to be very nice.
Yeah, my dad and stepmom. I might be going home over Christmas, so...
So what's it like when you get to see them after so long of being away?
It's really nice. I get to hug them, talk to them. Obviously, the food is different, and yeah.
So Yankton's kind of become the home away from home. How do you like it? What do you do when you're not playing soccer?
Well, I'm getting used to this little town, coming from a bigger city, from back home. It's been 3.5 years. I currently work at First Dakota National Bank, so that keeps me also busy. I usually go for bike rides, runs, like swimming, hiking,
So you've got senior night this upcoming Saturday. It'll be your final home game at Crane Youngworth Field. Is that set in yet?
Well, it will definitely be a tough game, but also personally, being my last game here playing in college level, it will be sad It will be something that I will miss. Practicing every day, doing preseason. Yeah.
As you are starting to wrap it up now, what are some of the goals you have for the rest of the season? In order to walk away from this with a smile on your face, what needs to happen?
Well, first of all, at least get that last home win against a really tough team, and then just hopefully we can make playoffs by winning the last 3 games. We just need to hope for a combination of results, and yeah.
Well, Diego, I appreciate you for taking the time talking with me today. You've got a big game on Saturday, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank
this is KYNT, the Lancer Locker. Let's take a break. Come back in a couple of minutes with Oliver Thielemann, the head coach of the program.
At Pizza Ranch, we want you to pick and choose. This is Annie from Yankton Pizza Ranch, and right now, our online carryout deal is pick and choose 2 or more of select items for just $7.99 each. Choose from a medium 1-topping pizza, a medium cheesy ranch sticks, a single chicken fries, an 8-piece boneless wings, a chocolate chip cookie, a small cactus bread, or 4 20-ounce beverages. Carry these out, and your dinner is done. Pick and choose at pizzaranch.com.
Powerful changes occur when people unite. At United Way of Greater Yankton, we unite people to activate positive change and to make lives better. Help us build a brighter future for all through access to healthcare, basic needs, a good education, and financial stability. Learn more about United Way of Greater Yankton, our mission, our programs, and how you can help online at yanktonyunitedway.org. Together, united, we are building a brighter future for all.
This is Brandon from Lewis & Clark Ford. Picture this. It's football season and time to tailgate. You pull up in your new F-150 from Lewis & Clark Ford and drop that tailgate with a smile that screams, I know what I'm doing. Take advantage of up to $8,000 off an F-150 today from Lewis & Clark Ford and tailgate with a smile. Lewis & Clark Ford, a proud sponsor of Mount Marty Athletics.
Lewis & Clark Ford Lincoln, 4th and Capitol Yankton, lewisandclarkford.com.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
Looking for the perfect meal that hits the spot every time? Look no further than Boss's Pizza and Chicken. At Boss's Pizza and Chicken, they're serving up piping hot, mouth-watering pizzas with all of your favorite toppings. And that's not all. The crispy roasted chicken is a taste sensation that will keep you coming back for more. Whether you're dining in with family and friends or enjoying a night in, order Boss's Pizza and Chicken of Yankton, where every bite is a moment of pure satisfaction.
All right, back in the Lancer Locker, I'm Tel Tanner here, sitting now with the head coach of the Mount Marty soccer program, Oliver Thielemann, the man out of New Zealand, not Australia, as we discovered last time when we were here. We talked about that in depth, man. I got to tell you, I hate Vegemite.
Vegemite is good. Just you don't need that much. You just kind of need that a little bit on the edge of the knife, and then spread it through. People treat it like peanut butter, and you just can't. It doesn't. That's not what it is. You got to get some toast, butter down, a little bit of Vegemite, good as gold.
I mean, that's fair, but I still never liked Vegemite. I'm not going to lie, but I'll put a little less on it.
It is an acquired taste, definitely is.
All right, let's talk about the Mount Marty soccer season. Up to this point, you got a few games left. Senior night on Saturday. Still in the mix for postseason. You just got to win a couple more games right at the end here. Can you give me an overall thought on the season and what's coming next?
Oh, it's definitely been frustrating. You know, you always want to have the best season you've ever had. You know, it's hard to with the season how it's gone, but it's part of the game. It's sports for you. You know, you can't have good wins without losses. So, just been focusing on the next game. We got to go into these next 3 games with a good attitude and come out with the W's. And then we're into the postseason. You know, where anything can happen. I mean, last year we took, you know, the number 22 team in the nation to double overtime and conceded in the last 2 minutes. So anything can happen in this game, and that's why we love it. But yeah, big senior game senior night game against Morningside on Saturday at Crane Youngworth at the Fortress. And then we go away to Waldorf next Wednesday and next Saturday away to Midland. So hopefully we can repeat what the football team did last Saturday and go beat Midland there. So that'll be fun.
That'd be very big to get into the postseason, to go on the road, get a couple of wins at the end of the season. But let's talk about this Saturday. It's senior night, and you've got a lot of seniors that are graduating.
We got 16. Thanks to COVID seasons, just players kind of sorting out their schedules so they can play that one extra season. We've got a lot of guys. Last time I was here, I talked about them, but it's just always important for us to show the appreciation. And when you got guys from, I think, 7 different countries graduating, it's important that, we're their family away from home, and it's important that they get that love and get shown how much we appreciate them.
We'll talk about the senior class here in a minute, but first I got to ask recruiting. You got 16 bodies you got to replace next year. You gotten started on that yet?
Oh, yeah. No, I've already been talking. The high school season here just wrapped up. Been talking with a few players out of South Dakota. Once everyone else's seasons close up, we'll start talking to transfers a bit more. But definitely got quite the task. But Mount Marty's an attractive place, and so is Yankton. So it's easy to bring players here. And I mean, the players we brought here, I got players from Mexico, Germany, England, from wherever. So it's not as hard as people think it is.
Let's talk about that senior class now. 16 different guys going to be graduating. This has been an integral part of this program for the last 4 or 5 years in some cases with the COVID year. What has this class meant? Like, what have they been to you? Obviously, you're a younger head coach here.
Yeah.
These have been your guys.
Well, Matthias, who was on here last year, so him and I both arrived in Mount Marty on the same year. So we've both been here since 2019. So a couple of these players, as I've grown as a coach, they've grown as players, and it's kind of a full circle moment for me, for a couple of them, just seeing them grow, seeing them become young men, and some of these players I recruited. Nils, one of our Germans, I recruited him, worked with him, brought him in, and to have him graduate. Dom Lang, who's now our starting keeper. When I first came in, I was a JV coach, and I put a lot of faith in him, and he's now our starting goalkeeper, and it's just awesome to kind of see that development and just be a part of that journey, and give these young men the opportunities that they can receive to go out there and play. So it's a really good feeling, and you can't beat it. That's why I keep coming back. Next year we'll have another group of seniors, and it's just it's great. I love it.
It's horribly depressing, but really fun to watch them go become big members of society as well, I suppose.
It's really hard, but it is nice to, a couple years down the road you see them, or you run into them, or send you a message on Facebook and just catch up, and you create so many memories with them that even some of the seniors who have already graduated will message and just laugh about things that happened, or
Coach, let's talk about this Saturday's game. Once again, it's going to be with Morningside, 5 p.m. You need a win. You really need that win at the Fortress of Crane Youngworth Field. What do you got to do to get it?
Got to get the dub. Morningside, very good team. Tom out there, he does fantastically. They've got good tactics, good strategies. But the biggest thing is we're at home, and people hate coming to Crane Youngworth. I love it. So it's a lot skinnier than what other places are. So we're able to feel a lot more comfortable and get out there. So if we aim is to get a quick start going, make them play on the back foot, play our way, and just keep working. We got the week off, so we don't play on Wednesday, so we were able to recover quite well and then bring everything on Saturday.
Coach, as you get to these last couple of games, obviously you're really trying to make that final push to get into the postseason. As we finish up here, is there anything you want to say to Lancer fans as your season is coming down to the final minutes? Come on out to Crane Youngworth, 5 p.m. Saturday.
Everyone down to Crane Youngworth. I mean, we've got players like Matthias Diego who are super involved in the community. We've got guys who have been here 4 years. They just love some support. Their parents can't be there to walk out, so they just love to see people down there supporting them, because, I mean, they don't have anyone here. They're walking out with their mates. They're walking out with, old players. Not everyone's parents can be here for the game, so just showing that support, showing that love, that would mean the world to them.
Thank you very much. Both of you for coming in today. Diego's still in the room. Diego and Coach Thielemann, I appreciate you both for coming in today. Good luck Saturday. I'm looking forward to seeing that win.
Appreciate it, Tal. Thank you.
This is the Lancer Locker on KYNT. Let's take a moment and come back in a couple of minutes, finish things up.
It's day one of your new career. Parker of Yankton has immediate openings for material handlers, machine operators, and setups for both day and night shifts. Along with a full benefits package beginning your first day on the job, Parker is offering a second shift pay differential of $235 plus a $1,000 retention bonus. Paid vacation, sick leave, 13 paid holidays, medical, dental, vision, supplemental, and paid life insurance all begin day one. Quarterly profit sharing and a 5% matching 401k plan. Fully vested on day one. Apply now at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
At Triple Time Rudy's, you get convenient access to quality fuel products. Plus, you'll also find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. With a local-friendly feel and unique product offering, Triple Time Rudy's is your local convenience store that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all of your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, pull into Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Caring for the land is one of the most important, fulfilling things a person can do. If you're looking to add more land to your ag operation or refinance existing debt, Dakota Mac can help. For 30 years now, they've been providing long-term, fixed-rate loans for ag real estate. To make things easy, Dakota Mac has an experienced specialist in your area.
Hi, it's Jeff Wolfgram from Dakota Mac. Call us at 800-682-4578 to learn how Dakota Mac products can work for you.
This sports season, keep your athlete hydrated with sparkling ice. Choose from a rainbow of colors and flavors, each sourced from nature with vitamins, antioxidants, and zero sugar. Sparkling ice, tease your taste buds with tropical flavor. And rehydrate with Prime Hydration. The perfect combination of flavor and function, changing how you refresh, replenish, and refuel. With 5 awesome flavors and no added sugar, you're getting the taste you want without anything you don't. Prime Hydration, the perfect boost for every endeavor.
Well, I said I was going to go over time, and I did today. Man, we got a lot of fun on this show. Oliver Thielemann and Cynthia Chavez coming in talk soccer. We had post-game comments from John Michaletti, and probably the biggest win in football history here at the Mount. Program's still in its infancy, obviously. It's only year 3, but they've got a game coming up Saturday, 1 p.m. Hastings College coming to town. And then we've got Mount Marty Invite, 10:30 a.m. for cross country on Saturday. Also coming up tomorrow, Dakota State University volleyball will be in the Semple Arena, and Midland University Mount Marty volleyball will go to Midland on Saturday. Soccer hosting Morningside this Saturday, directly following the football game. Once again, senior night, 5 p.m. is when the scheduled start for the soccer team. Men's soccer team will be 7:15 for the women. It's senior night. Just show up, support the Lancers. This one's going to be a fun weekend for Mount Marty Athletics. Thank you all for tuning into the show today. I got to get on out of here. My name's Tel Tanner. I hope you enjoyed this week's edition of the Lancer Locker, a packed